Hey guys, Czar here. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good morning so far. It is Tuesday, March 4th. We're about 2 minutes away from the open here. This is the daily frame, guys. Another very weak move here yesterday with a bearish engulfing candle on the NASDAQ and on the S&P and on the Dow. All three. Overnight here, Asia and UK, we have broken below yesterday's big candle on the NASDAQ and the S&P. We did not on the Dow, but I'm not too concerned about what's happening on the Dow. So we have down days with bearish bodies on these two. That's the two sisters. Here are the 1-minute charts for the two sisters, and this is my trading grid. There's that daily there in the top left-hand corner, down day, bearish body, right? But let's take a look now at the 30-minute chart, a very important chart to me, where we can see this pattern of late of these big down moves. This is a day, right? Sell down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down. You get the idea, guys. And there's yesterday, New York, Asia, Europe, New York, dropping, consolidating, dropping a little bit down here in the UK session, and now waiting to see what happens when we open in the next 55 seconds, guys. We have pulled back a little bit here after driving down at 7 a.m. New York time in the UK session. Now, I hope you'll excuse my voice this morning, guys. Very dry air in here, and I'm struggling a little bit with my throat. I will try to talk a little bit less than usual if I can, but bring you back for the important bits. We're about to open here. I'll bring you back after the 1-minute open range has been set. All right, guys, we're back and just finishing up the 1-minute open range here. Looks like a pretty narrow range, actually. Yeah, 39 points, call it, on the NASDAQ, and it will be significantly smaller on the S&P, as always, 7 points. So kind of a mid-size opening range there for that 1-minute candle. I'll be very patient here, guys, as always. Coming in with a bearish frame, of course, overall on the daily. We do have a down day and a bearish body so far here coming into the open. But we have sold down here a fair bit in the UK session. It remains to be seen now what we do in this range. Are we going to drive down and break into the next zone and go from there? Or are we going to build our way back up here and see what we can do on the upside? Of course, I have no clue, and neither do you. And moving down here a little bit, guys. Two sisters. We feel very much aligned here, guys, between the S&P and the NASDAQ. You see that? Price movements are almost identical. Even their relationship to volume weighted average price and the 2 standard deviation band below, and the number of candles breaking the open range, and so on and so forth. Bearish daily. Bearish overall structure on the 30-minute. Now a bearish start to the first 3 minutes of the New York session. Pulling back a little bit here now, of course. Not going to do anything for a while here, guys. Still fairly aligned here between the two sisters. Curious to see where we go from here. This is just a marker, guys, not doing anything. You may have noticed I've moved to bringing out my markers here more often to show you, or at least try to show you what my brain is doing while I'm looking at some of these elements. And based on the feedback, some of you are finding it quite helpful, so that's good. Deleting the marker now. In other words, I'm no longer actively thinking about posturing or positioning myself, I should say. Pullback was too deep, right? Now reversing to the upside here, guys. Stronger move on the NASDAQ. S&P being left in the dust. We have a bearish daily, so a down day with a bearish body still. We have a bearish move coming into the open and now pulling back. Just because we've broken above the open range doesn't mean that I have any interest in going long. In fact, I don't. Gonna be very patient here, wait to see how prices react in through here. Lots of fresh buying coming into this NASDAQ. I won't be touching that. If we get all the way up to here, guys, I want to see how we react. This is not a particularly powerful zone, but it's a zone here from mid UK, right before this drive down happened. So if we pull all the way back here in the context of a bearish environment, do we then round and come back down again? Start to weaken? Who knows? Or do we set up to blast significantly higher and take out these zones? Absolutely could happen. Open to all possibilities. I will not be treating this as a break and a retest to go higher, given the bearish environment that we're seeing here and here. All right, guys, rounding over here back through the open range. The S&P is already below the open range. This is just a marker. Just measuring some things here, guys. That's 130 points. Moving it to the side. Just using this as a measuring tool. Just to get a gauge of what looks reasonable and fair in the context of a trade idea. I'm not too worried about this zone here, guys, given that this has already been tested. Orderly pullback. And now we have the massive volumes of North America and Europe in play in the context of a very significant bearish daily. This candle closes in 3 seconds. Just thinking. Sell stop order, guys, right there. Sell stop order. Live. Pretty tricky here this morning, guys, not gonna lie. But this is feeling all of a sudden like we got a bunch of energy and torque on the daily that is breaking the low again. And then we get this shift candle again on the upside, and so no. Canceling that order, guys. Canceling that order, moving it to the side to show you that I'm no longer interested, for now, in that short position. This is the dance, guys. Fragile dance. Measuring again. All right, guys, again, a live order for now. If we break above, all bets are off. Cancel the order. And canceled, just like that. I'm going to delete this marker now because now a new game is beginning. So another way to look at that, guys, is that this now becomes my new open range. That makes sense? So instead of being in through here, this is my new open range. I would not be taking any trades inside of the open range, right? This new open range. I would only take longs above and only shorts below. It doesn't mean I have to, but if I'm going to take a trade, it must be a long above, and it can only be a short below. All right, guys, we're back. Just a marker. And live order, guys, sell stop order. Stop above the open range. Even that, guys, is 99.25 points. Big move. Just in case you missed it, this is a live sell stop order below my new open range. And I'm in, guys. I am in short the NASDAQ. And now it's the patience game. I'm going to keep this clean by deleting this expanded open range, but you saw the logic behind that. New session lows, bearish daily, bearish 30, breaking into a clean traffic zone below the low of the day, 9 below 21, out of the open range, and so on and so forth. This is a no-brainer to toss the coin, but certainly no guarantees here, guys, as always. And target 1 has been hit, guys. So the 1 hour all or nothing trader has left the game with full profits. And the 2 hour move stop to break even at 1 hour has moved their stop to break even because we hit 1 hour. And now we'll wait and see if the other 2 traders can make some money here as well. And target 2 has been hit, guys. So the 1.5 hour all or nothing trader has left the game with full profits as well. Now let's see if this target can get hit down here in the promised land for the 2 hour all or nothing trader. All right, guys, we're back. And as you can see, prices right before getting to 2R pulled all the way back to my break even point. And so the 2R move stop to break even at 1R when we hit 1R here has now been stopped out. So now it remains to be seen if the last remaining trader, the 2R all or nothing trader, is going to take a 1R charge or if they're going to get their 2R. We'll see. And there it is, guys. After several hours, we finally came all the way back to my original stop loss. And so 2 of the models were fully profitable. The 2R move stop to break even at 1R was break even. And only the 2R all or nothing trader took a 1R charge here today. Very messy price action, but still profitable depending on what you did here with the price action that the market handed you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Have an amazing afternoon. We'll talk soon.